All right, welcome to Friday 15. Play us in, Toby. All right, took all weekend. He learned that, and that was glorious. It was worth the wait and the effort, Toby. Thank you.
You're welcome.
So, you've had a lot of time. Can we unpack that at some point? You've got a keyboard there. You've had a lot of time. Let's get that buttoned up. Anyways, thanks for tuning in. Follow us on all of our different social channels. I won't go into all of that right now. Instead, we have another bracket. I think the ice cream one went over really well. We had a lot of fun. Ultimately, vanilla with toppings won. Right? That's really what played out.
For real, yeah.
If you missed out, it was cookies and cream. Toby and I were upset. We really hoped vanilla would get all the way, but alas, we were wrong. It was fun though. We had a lot of fun teammates joined us. We had some comments online. We had some passionate folks, and it was a good time. So we've brought back the bracket. It's snacks. We've got some Michigan snacks in there. We've got some gas station snacks. It's essentially, there could be some debates in here. There could be some hot button ones in there, and there's going to be some really good matchups. So I'm excited. Toby, how you feeling?
I'm feeling great. Back-to-back weeks of bracket and opinions. Let's go.
One might call this the snack brack.
Oh,
Dave, I worked on it all day.
Came off well.
So we had to remove the ET. All right. Dave, how you feeling?
I'm feeling good. I think this is a good mix of stuff. Some of these things I haven't had experience with, so I'm interested to see and hear people's opinions.
All right. To our Detroit Labs team members, keep in mind that we can only have X amount of people. I think it's 10 total, so like 7 people backstage at any given time. So as you attempt to enter, if it blocks you, just try again once somebody leaves the stream. Will McDowell is having a heck of an issue trying to get his setup to work. It's been fascinating watching him come in and out. I don't know what he's doing, but hopefully he joins at some point because I'm sure there's some Michigan-specific things that he will go wild over. So with that, Dave, we've got the bracket. We've unveiled the bracket, and let's bring up the very first one.
Boom.
So we have Better Made barbecue chips. Paul seems to really want to do this one, so I might bring him in. We have Better Made barbecue chips, which is a Michigan staple. My son calls them spicy chips, even though they're pretty much like sugary barbecue chips. They're glorious. Versus Flamin' Hot Cheetos. So Paul really wants to do this one. He's waving to me backstage. He has his son prepped and ready to go. Is that what you're telling me, Paul? Is you want to do this one? Give me a thumbs up and have your mic off mute. Nope, he doesn't want to. Okay. Paul, welcome. I have no idea if you actually want to do this or not, but do you have your mic on mute or not?
No, my mic is not on mute. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can. And you have who's with you, Paul?
I don't know who this is.
Okay. Out in your house, I would be concerned with that.
This is my son Jack.
All right, Jack, are you helping out for this one? Ooh, perfect. All right. So we've got Better Made barbecue chips versus Flamin' Hot Cheetos. Which one wins and moves on to the next round?
You decide.
Better Made barbecue chips.
Boom, there it is. We've got a lot of happy people backstage on that one.
I hesitated because when I first saw Better Made barbecue, I thought, "Oh, this is us. This is like Jack's favorite." But then when I saw that the other choice was Flamin' Hot Cheetos, I mean, that's a worthy competitor.
Yeah, that is a very, very tough bracket. I got to say this, and this bracket was all set up by Mr. David Clawwitter himself. So if there are complaints, don't direct them to Toby and I. Go directly to Dave because he created this.
I'll file my grievance with Mr. Claw. Thank you.
Oh, we're going to give you one more. We're going to give you one more as Will McDowell continues to struggle with the computer coming in and out. We're going to give you one more bracket. We have movie theater popcorn, the staple of all theaters, completely drenched in butter, costs $29 a bucket. And then we have Oreos, the most glorious thing that has ever been created and arguably is not even food. Which one is it?
So can I answer this one? I feel very passionate. So movie theater popcorn drenched in butter and with the different assortment of salt is very good.
Okay.
But Oreos are really good too. And I went with cookies and cream on last Friday, and I think for consistency and to send a message of stability to the team, it's very important that I go for Oreo.
All right.
Oreo. Great choice.
We have
I was
scared for a second there.
and one strong thumbs down from Ryan. You can't see him, Paul. I can see him, but that's all right. All right, Paul, we're moving you backstage. If you can leave the studio so others can join, we appreciate it. Thank you for joining, and we'll see you later. All right. Whew, it's heated. It's good. Better made.
I was never there.
Those are both of my choices, so I'm good with that.
All right, Dave, you want to pull up the next one?
Yeah, here we go.
We've got Sanders Bumpy Cake. And as Dave did a little background on this, Dave, you want to talk about Sanders for a second?
Yeah, so Sanders has been around for more than 100 years, or at least his Bumpy Cake has been a tradition for more than 100 years. And I quote, is the most decadent Michigan dessert ever created.
Wow.
Yeah. Have we all eaten one of these here?
I mean, I've had it. It is pretty decadent. It's heavy, though. It's a little heavy for me.
Yeah.
Right. All right, tell me about Cider Mill Donuts.
Gosh, I feel like everybody knows about these, right? Blake's, Yates, Franklin. There's cider mills, apple cider mills all over Michigan, and I'm sure everybody has like their preferred cider mill. But the one in particular I go to, they've got plain donuts, cinnamon and sugar donuts. I mean, I kind of just lump them all under donuts here. And if you're the one choosing for this matchup, just imagine them hot and fresh in the fall. Okay.
All right. Who are we bringing in? Toby.
Let's go with. Did you say Will McDowell was ready?
Yes, Will McDowell is finally ready after 17 attempts.
Let's see.
Will McDowell.
Yeah, what's he talking smack about me as I'm trying to use my phone downstairs?
Technology's tough, Will. Technology's tough. Okay. We've got Sanders Bumpy Cake versus Cider Mill Donuts. What is your pick?
I mean, obviously, we all know what answer I'm going to pick. But we do. The fall is my favorite season. I love apple pie, apple cider, cider mill. Sanders, Claude already went through the history, and that's the easy winner, Bumpy Cake. It's by far the tastiest, and It's a Detroit original.
Wow.
Currently still locally owned. Sanders was bought by Cars Nuts, the trail mix company. So, still support local. Eat your Bumpy Cake.
All right, Bumpy Cake moves on. What is the next bracket? Ooh, this is a tough one. We've got
Will around for a history too.
We've got Funyuns, yellow bag, found everywhere. For whatever reason, that yellow bag is created out of something that other bags for chips do not seem to be created out of. It's very unique. Then we have Hudsonville ice cream, which is based out of Holland, Michigan. They're a staple here in the Midwest. And I have to imagine Will has very passionate feelings about this. First of all, it's ice cream versus a salty snack. So we got sweet versus salty, cold versus some version of
not cold,
temperature warm. Which is it going to be, Will?
Again, I'm always sweet. I'm always local. So I'm always Hudsonville ice cream.
There it is.
Wow. Fudge flavors. They've got Michigan cherry flavors. They got great, they got good stuff.
Will McDowell, sweet and local, really sums up Will. All right.
Keep him on here for a sec. Keep him on here. Do they make Blue Moon?
I don't know if they might. I'm not sure.
Okay, I found that I found is the makers of Blue Moon. What's that?
Were they the originators of it?
I'm
I
not
don't
sure.
know my Hudsonville history. I'm not sure, or my Holland, Michigan history. I apologize.
All right.
All
We're
right.
moving Will. We're saying bye to Will. Will could probably sit here and talk about Michigan things for about 7 years.
And speaking of ice cream, support Huddle Detroit if you're around. They got
Huddle
their ice cream
Detroit.
truck. It's delicious.
Fantastic.
It's great.
We've moved Will. We're not getting paid for sponsors, so we have to move Will to the background and not let him plug any. No, Huddle is fantastic. All right, what do we got next? We got McClures pickles versus Grimek pistachios. All right. I'm looking in the backstage here, trying to figure out who we should. This feels like one for Dan Newport. I have no idea why. There's no basis in that, except for I would like you to answer. McClures pickles versus Grimek pistachios, both Michigan companies' products. Go.
I don't know how to take that, Dan, but I'm going McClures pickles over Jerky pistachios.
Ooh, I kind of
Wow.
thought that pistachios would make that through.
pistachios are great, but like they're kind of plain. Like I don't know, they're not like the best nut. They're
I just got a lot of yelling from the other room in my own house that said pickles are not a snack.
Yeah, they're trash.
Toby could probably go on a one. Pickle never did anything good for Toby. Could go on a full monologue about pickles. Let's bring up the next one. We've got M&Ms.
Oof.
They do not melt in your hand. They only melt in your mouth. And then we've got pretzels, which are baked with salt. Which is it going to be?
Pretzels or like bag of pretzels?
Great question. We're going to go with bag because that's typically what you can get and eat on the move.
Yeah. I'll go M&Ms over bag pretzels.
Okay. M&M moving on.
But
all right.
no.
Well, Mr. Newport, let's see. What do we have backstage? Let's give Mr. Newport one more. What do we think?
All right.
Let's do Mackinac Island fudge versus fudge brownies. I don't even know if Mackinac Island is who created fudge. I mean, Dave, you did research. I don't know if that's true, but that is pretty much what you know.
Yeah.
They just go together.
Michigan is concerned. That's the truth.
So what's it going to be, Mr. Newport?
I'm going fudge brownies. Mackinac Island fudge is great, but like, who wants to eat that little of a snack? Because you can't have more than like a tablespoon of fudge before you feel ill.
I'm going to be honest with you. There is a lot of disagreement backstage, and we're going to have to unpack that later. But until then, fudge brownies moves on. Mr. Newport, thank you for joining us.
All right.
All right, what do we got next? Ooh, this one. This one's a tough one. It's beef jerky versus combos. Dave debated on whether it should be Slim Jims, but that is not beef. That is some other thing put into a tube with a lot of salt on. So I'm going to bring in Rowan. How are you?
Hey, good. How are you?
Great. You have beef jerkies versus combos, and my bias, of course, is combos because they're filled with goodness and wrapped with awesome. Go ahead.
Fair enough. However, beef jerky is so many different flavors. Combos are what? Like pizza and cheese, and what else do they even have? Anything?
They have nachos and other things related to cheese.
Yeah. Whereas beef jerky comes in a million different flavors. You can get different kinds of beef jerky, like pork jerky and beef jerky. Have to go with beef jerky, 100%.
Oh, beef jerky moving on.
All right.
All right. We're now in the second round. Rowan, you get to pick the first matchup of the second round here. Let's pull that up.
This big one.
This one's a big one. It's Better Made barbecue chips, the Michigan staple, versus Oreos, the worldwide loved snack.
All-star.
What is it going to be?
I have a question first.
Oh, go ahead.
Original Oreos or any flavor of Oreos? Like, are they all lumped together?
Toby picks.
The whole thing.
The whole thing?
Okay.
Then I have to go with Oreos. They're vegan. They come in every flavor you can imagine. If you've never had a carrot cake Oreo, you owe it to yourself to have a carrot cake Oreo. It's just the versatility. I have to go with Oreos.
All right. Wow. I did not see that. As much as I love Oreos, I figured the Michigan tie would bring the Better Made barbecue through, but I do appreciate it, and I feel like we've set up some nice controversy. So,
yep. I can see people revolting backstage.
Yeah. And with that, Rowan, we're going to move you backstage. Thank you for joining.
Thanks for having me.
All right. Now we've got Sanders Bumpy Cake versus Hudsonville Ice Cream. I mean, it's really the matchup of Michigan desserts. I don't even know if you call these snacks. Dave, you claim they're snacks, but and kind of, I don't know. It's a fine line. So I'm going to bring in Ryan. Now, just so everyone knows, Kyle is backstage because Kyle is always backstage and is always the first one in here, and we appreciate that. So we're going to give him some build-up and give him some more important ones to really decide on. Plus, we know his mom's going to get fired up, and he's going to get fired up back at her, which makes for great entertainment. Ryan, how are you?
Good. How's it going?
Great. We've got Sanders Bumpy Cake versus Hudsonville Ice Cream, the Michigan icons. What's it going to be?
All right, so I'm not going to lie. I don't have a horse in this race. I haven't had either. But I did.
Even better. Let's get some people riled up.
This is based solely on Google image results. And I have to choose the Bumpy Cake because it looks like two ho-hos like put together with chocolate on top. And
I
I
mean,
think that's the move.
it sounds like a great reasoning, and also it's fun because Will McDowell is sideways right now backstage. All right. Oh, geez, we've got more people to get in. So Ryan, I might have only been able to give you one.
That's okay if I do one, but I do have one comment to make.
Please.
That is, the people have spoken, and we are launching a full investigation into the alleged fixing of the ice cream bracket.
Hey, we've removed Ryan from the game. I have no idea what he's talking about, and he's done. Now we've got McClures Pickles versus M&Ms, and we're gonna bring in Will Hinchman. Will, how are you?
I'm good. How you guys doing?
Fantastic. We've got Michigan Pickles versus International M&Ms that melt in your mouth. What is it gonna be?
Oh man, I'm gonna have to go with McClures Pickles.
Whoa.
M&Ms are, so M&Ms are just generic. They are the generic candy. Like they can't go any farther. Like legitimately, the first round pick, I'm thinking like, well, M&Ms are good and pretzels are both good, but like, have you put them together in a bowl? Like that's really good. They're just a generic snack. So I'm going McClures. That's my pick. Wow. Let's bring it up.
Boom.
Wow.
Going this far.
I am very, very surprised by that. All right. Well, let's see. Do we give Will one more? Or, you know, what do we got here? We've got fudge brownies and beef jerky. I know I moved Ryan backstage with only one, but I'm going to give Will Hinchman one more. Fudge brownies versus beef jerky.
See, that's a tough one. Like, so are we talking, this is the thing. Are we talking prepackaged brownies because this is like gas station snacks, right?
Yeah, let's go with that. One might even say Little Debbie Cosmic brownies.
Well, that even changes it even more. See? Yeah. All right. So if that's the case, I'm going to have to go fudge brownies. If we're talking like zebra cakes, cosmic brownies over beef jerky, because beef jerky, like, you know, are you ever really happy when you eat beef jerky? Like you get beef jerky and you're like, this is sustenance, it's shoe leathery, it's kind of all right. But are you ever sad when you get like a brownie from the gas station? Like that's where I'm at. Like you're not.
The way you set that up though, are you ever sad when you get a brownie from the gas station? Maybe you're very upset afterwards.
You could be, but you know, if you're living that kind of life where you're grabbing snacks at the gas station, like I'm going brownie. Like that's gonna at least make my day a little better.
All right. Well, Will, thank you so much. And we're down to the semis, which is Oreos versus Sanders Bumpy Cake, McClures Pickles versus Fudge Brownies. And we have to give the spotlight to someone who always joins us right away, stays until the end, is extremely animated backstage, and has been waiting patiently for this moment for roughly 20 minutes and 17 seconds and counting. Kyle, how are you?
Hello. How's everybody doing?
Good. So I haven't decided if I'm going to let you pick the finals yet, but I am going to let you do the semis, and then we might have to see, because I will say Will McDowell is still patiently waiting backstage for some reason and has stayed the whole time, which is fantastic, and has also been the most animated next to Kyle this entire time. So not at all distracting. Kyle.
Sure.
Oreos versus Sanders Bumpy Cake. What is it going to be?
I just had Sanders Bumpy Cake for my mother-in-law's birthday, so I'm very versed in that. But I have to do a shout out to my good buddy, Mary Beth, who always keeps the office stocked with Oreos. And I appreciate the vast variety of Oreos in which she brings in, including my favorite day, which was Buffalo Wild Wing Oreos or Buffalo Wing Oreos, because we were sneaking them in with the pumpkin Oreos and then watching people react to that. So I'm going to go with Oreos.
All right. I don't know how much of that I want to unpack. Oreos moves on.
That's not a real flavor.
That is incredibly gross. Okay. Pickles versus fudge brownies. And I got to be honest, when this bracket was created and these were put in there, I had no idea they would last this long. I think it's a little controversial, more than Ryan's claim on the vanilla, which we will just forever ignore. But go ahead. Pickles versus fudge brownies.
Ooh. So I am much more of a salty and savory person than a sweet, but I will say, if you brought up vanilla ice cream, and the only thing that makes vanilla ice cream worth it is if it's on a hot, toasty fudge brownie.
Boom.
And for that reason alone, it needs a partnership, and I can't vote for it. Pickles, go ahead. Pickles, go ahead.
Wow.
See what I did there?
Wow, you broke our heart.
Wow.
We
Yep, I
really
lured you in, and then I sliced it. Yes.
no pun intended. I am shocked that Pickles has made it to the semis. There is going to be a lot
It's like the worst snack on here.
It's not just pickles, though. It's not just pickles. It's McClures pickles, and that raises the bar, if you ask me.
Toby's got to be having a bit of a moment, and maybe in some episode at some point we can talk about Toby's pure, just passionate disagreement with pickles.
Well,
like,
indeed.
I mean, just cannot stand pickles. And Toby, have you had them since you were surprised by them when, like, long ago?
Now, people have tried to say, like, oh, like people try to convince you that, like, oh, just your first one was really bad. Try this version. They're all terrible.
All right. Well,
yeah.
Good luck, Will.
Well, no, Will bailed on us for the first time ever. Will bailed. I was going to finals. I'm actually going to give him one more minute to come back in and pick the finals. But my 5-year-old just came up to the door and yelled in here that pickles are not a snack. So there are some passionate feelings going on just over at my house. So,
Will's coming back.
Is he?
Yep.
Okay, he'll probably come in 9 times. We'll have to get that figured out again. So. As he's coming in, here we go. Will's back, and you know what? We are going to be nice and let Will pick the finals. So, Kyle,
go blue, Kyle.
Thank you.
Go green, baby. Over this one.
Here, Kyle, we're going to let you stay.
Yes.
Yes.
So, much like my 9 years of employment here, I have no clue what you want from me. First, you say I shouldn't be backstage. Now I should be backstage. I'm trying my best to make you happy. Okay.
Will, you are forever making us happy, one way or another. That shaved head alone makes me happy. Anyways, we've got I honestly did not expect this to happen. We've got Oreos versus McClures pickles. They could not be more opposite. We've got dry versus wet. We've got salty versus sweet. This is a unique matchup. Will,
you got good versus bad.
Yeah, it seems like an easy one. It seems like an easy one to me. I'd put money on one of these over the other.
Yeah, I kind of would too, but everyone keeps surprising me on the pickles. So, and by the way, Kyle, your mom called out Bloody Marys, which in and of itself is probably a great move. All right.
Yep.
Will.
My favorite things are sweet and local, and you have torn them apart. You have separated like a molecule that's like a nuclear explosion right now in my head. And so you've got Oreos, which, by the way, how do you compared one flavor of Better Made to all the flavors? Never mind. And then
because Better Made barbecue is a very unique thing. It doesn't matter. That was early rounds. It doesn't matter. Let's get to the finals. I feel like you're just kind of.
You got pickled chips. You can use these pickles in Bloody Marys.
Oh,
I
don't do that.
And the start of heated debate.
I know what I want to pick, but the true answer is Oreos.
Final answer, Oreos. You're not screwing with us like Kyle did?
Nope, it's Oreos. I mean, think of Oreo flavored milkshakes, Oreo flavored cakes, and then you've got the actual Oreos themselves. I can eat a whole pack of those without blinking.
All right, so you heard it.
Whew.
Oreos.
That was close.
Bracket. One might argue that Oreos won 2 times in a row.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Oh,
Oreo top vanilla ice cream.
It is literally cookies with cream.
Right, exactly.
Wow.
Well, I gotta say, I think I agree with you, Will. Oreos are maybe one of my favorite. They're not food. Bootcamp Chris remind us that they are not food. They are created out of something and are not at all nutritious or have value. But they're the greatest thing ever. And thanks to Mary Beth, we have tasted every single flavor that have ever existed, ever. So with that, we thank you. We're going to probably let go. Anything we need to wrap up?
Congratulations.
Thank you, Will, for making the right choice.
Yeah, good choice.
That was close.
Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. We appreciate it. We love the Friday 15s. Right now, it ends up being a Friday 27 minutes, so that's okay. But we'll have another bracket for you next week. Goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Yeah.
Bye, everybody.